Well, I got a hold of the new Patrick Tar powder and cream highlighter duos. So I have them right here. I got 3 shades out of the 5 he released. I have the probably 3 most popular ones. So I can't wait to share my thoughts with you guys. Obviously, as always, I will be giving you natural daylight application demo, and I will be applying it here in front of the camera inside in front of you as well. So you get to see how it looks inside with lights and in natural daylight. So let's jump right in. Hey beauties, welcome back to another fabulous makeup review. I've got the new Patrick Tar Major Glow Cream and Powder Light Reflecting Translucent Highlighter Duos. Why do they make the name so long? Anyway, yeah, it's cream and powder. You know how Patrick Tar is known for doing cream and powder for blushes and for highlighters and for a lot of things actually. So I've got the shades My Love, which is a translucent, basically completely. Kind of looks a little light, kind of mintish, you know, in a way in the pan. Then I got the duo Baby, and then I've got the duo Honey. Honey is the darkest, I believe, shade available. It's kind of a bronze shimmer. I don't know what made me want to buy that. I knew it was going to be a little too dark for me, but I got it anyway to see if it gives me like a very sun-kissed glow, you know, because I do go a few shades darker in the summertime. So let's start with the lightest shade. So I am going to go ahead and apply here in front of the camera as well. So let me first show you what they look like. Obviously, I already did the daylight demo for you, the natural daylight demo, so they've been used already. So this is what the lightest one, like the very translucent one that's called My Love, looks like. I don't know if you can tell that there's a little light kind of minty green hue to this. Yeah, the lights are really washing out. This is why I give you guys the daylight demos, because that way you can really see what the colors look like and how they look like on the skin. I am a medium to medium tan person, so I'm tan. So if you have darker skin tones, I'm kind of a good gauge whether you're light or dark, because I'm right in the middle. So like, you know, on the spectrum, I would think. So I'm a good gauge for light or darker skin, so you can kind of get an idea of, oh, you know, it's lighter on her, it'll be this much on me. You know, it's kind of easier, so it's kind of one of the nicer things to be right in the middle of the spectrum. I'm leaning more tan. Those of you out there that lean more tan or darker, it would be a really good reference. Before I apply it, I want to say, it says on the Sephora website that these are translucent intentionally. I mean, it literally says that. They have multifaceted pearls for like this like very glistening glow. So Patrick Tar usually recommends you put his cream and powder products in the reverse order than you would think is intuitive, which, you know, you usually put the cream product first and then put the powder product. He wants you to do it in the reverse, usually with his blushes, you know, as well. So what I will do is I will put the actual powder first. So I have the sponge here for the cream product. I have the brush for the powder product. So here it is. I'm going to take a little, dust it off, and I'm going to go, whoa, 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 woo, woo. That is super shiny. You know what I'm gonna do, you guys? I'm gonna do this side the way Patrick Tar wants you to do it. Powder first and then cream, and on the other side I'm going to do the reverse. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, we don't need to necessarily listen to Mr. Tar, right? We can use it however we want. All right, I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to put the cream actually on the other side, because it's going to be the reverse, so that I can show you what cream and powder looks like alone as well. If you wanted to use this just the cream or just the powder, right? That would just make more sense. All right, so here it is. That is the cream just by itself. Very kind of wet kind of glow. Very translucent. There's no real actual color to it very much. It's a light glow though, very lighter on the lighter side. And that is the powder, okay? So here's the powder. Take a good look. This is the translucent color, My Love. And then here is the cream. Okay, now we're gonna reverse the procedure. Okay, here is the powder first, which is what Patrick Ta wants you to do. Powder first, then now I'm gonna put the cream on top, on this side, as Patrick Ta would direct you to do. Okay, so that's the result that you get when you do it the way Patrick Ta recommends, okay? Now let's do the reverse on the other side. Now I put the cream down on this side first, so let's now go in with the powder. Let's put the powder on. Okay, let's see, that is the powder on top of the cream. Okay, now guys, do you even see a difference? I sure don't. Now that is cream first, powder next, okay? And this is, oh actually I do. This is powder first, cream next. This side, the way Patrick Ta recommends you, is a little bit more wet and creamy and natural. Yeah, this side is definitely a little bit more creamy and wet looking and natural, you know, like almost kind of you're just glowing from skincare almost. And this side has a little bit more of a good for red carpet or like, you know, for camera, for like photos kind of glow. I don't know, like it's a little bit more glowy. Do you see what I mean? Less glowy but more wet. More glowy, no, not as much wetness. Did you see that difference? There's a big difference, I think, actually. So which side do you guys like? Let me know down in the comment section. So now I'm gonna wipe this off and I'm gonna do the next shade. Now, while I do that, here's the cutaway to the daylight demo, but the daylight demo, I only did the way Patrick Ta recommends. So here's the daylight demo. So I did the powder first and then the cream. Okay, then we are going to go in with the pink one, which is baby, which is a very baby-like pinky color. Again, the cameras wash it out so much. There you go. You kind of can see the real color there. Oh, so hard with the cameras, you guys, so hard. So I'm going to take a different brush and I'm going to go, again, the same thing. I'm going to put Patrick Ta way this way on this side and the way I want to see on the other side. So I'm going to go with powder first, the way Patrick Ta recommends. On this side, there's the powder first. Now there you go. You guys, these are very translucent, so honestly, at the end of the day, there's like a very minuscule difference. All shades end up looking almost the same, so there's definitely no need to buy all 5 shades by any means, or even 2 shades. One's enough if you want to save money. Okay, there's the powder first. Now let me do the cream. On this side, just by itself, just the cream, the color baby, the shade baby. There. Okay, so now that's the cream first. Very wet looking, and there is just the powder. More highlighty, but still very translucent and nice. That one is very wet kind of glow. Okay, now let's go ahead and layer it, okay? Patrick Ta wants you to put the powder first, like I did on this side, and now I'm going on top of it with the cream on this side with the shade baby, which is the pink shade right here. Now very wet. I again don't see a huge difference between the shades here. The lighter shades in particular, there's not much of a difference, you guys. So save your cash and buy just one. I'm gonna of course go top off the cream here with the powder on this side. So cream first and then powder on top on this side. Okay? Okay, so now there is cream first and then powder on top on this side. Very bright, kind of, you can tell it's highlighted, but not powdery or dusty, still kind of creamy because there's the cream underneath and the fact that it's translucent. And here is very wet looking. I mean, it's like almost like you've done skincare and you just go naturally on this side. Powder first and then cream on top. Do you see that? There is a difference. So powder on top, cream on top, powder on top, cream on top. When you put the powder on top, the pinkiness of the highlighter shows a little bit more. Do you see that difference? Now, here's the cutaway to the daylight demo of this shade, Baby. Again, in the demo, the natural daylight demo, I only did the way Patrick Ta recommends. That is powder first and then cream. Here you go. Okay, now we're gonna go into the shade Honey, which is the darkest out of all. I actually thought, because these are so translucent, that this will not be dark on my skin, but I was wrong, you guys. This actually, it's not gonna show here in the studio lighting, I know that for sure, but when you see the daylight demo, you'll see it is too dark for my skin tone. I never expected that actually, but I can make it work by really blending it well. Same thing here. Patrick Ta way on this side, powder first and then cream, and then the other way here, which is going to be cream first and then powder. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna take the powder and I'm going to do this side powder first. Yeah, see, in the studio lighting, you can tell that it's a little bit darker than my skin tone. It actually works really well inside, almost like my same skin tone, which looks lovely here indoors. But in natural daylight, you can tell it's darker. See, this is why you want to see natural daylight demos. Otherwise, if I was just giving you guys studio application, you would have been like, oh, I have her skin tone, so, you know, it'll be just my color, exact shade, so they'll be great. But actually, in fact, this is darker than my skin tone. Let's go on the other side with just the cream. Uh-oh, do you see that? Actually, you can actually tell when I turned the face that it gave me like a super tan right there, almost kind of like a light cream bronzer. Okay, it got really like tan there. Do you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Like, yeah, see? Yeah, you will see that in the natural daylight demo better. Okay, now let's go and put the cream on top of the powder on this side, the way Patrick Ta tells you to do it. Cream on top, there goes the cream on top of the powder. The shade Honey, right here, the darkest shade. All right, yeah, see, it's making my cheeks super stand out like I don't know, like in the sun or something. And here, I'm gonna put the powder on top of the cream. Yeah, you can tell it's too dark for my skin tone. It just made my cheeks like just here super tan, kind of gave me like a tan strip almost, like that's kind of funny looking. Yeah, do you see what I mean? Okay, so this side is the way Patrick Ta recommends. Powder first, then cream. It's a little bit more, you know, kind of glowy, like you did skincare and have healthy skin. Whereas this side, you can tell it's highlighter, but still not dusty or powdery because of the cream product underneath and the fact that this is a translucent type of product. This one is not necessarily translucent. Yes, it is translucent for its shade, but it does have a pigment. This one is the powder on top, and it's still not too powdery or dusty or too highlighty per se, but you can kind of tell that you have something on. Whereas this side looks just kind of like you just did skincare, right? Now here's the daylight demo in which I only actually did the way Patrick Ta recommended, which is powder first and then cream. I didn't try the other way around in the natural daylight demos, but you guys saw it in the studio. You can see the colors in the natural daylight. Okay guys, so what are my thoughts on these Patrick Ta cream and powder highlighters? I like them. They are very pretty, very translucent. Love the fact that it's translucent. Love the cream product, love the powder, and I love the way you can actually reverse it. You know, the way Patrick recommends, just, you know, powder first and then cream, looks very much like you have, which is how I am wearing it in this video. Obviously, I removed it and put it back on. Actually, the shade I'm wearing in this video is Baby, the pink one. So I have it on the way Patrick Ta recommends on both cheeks now. Powder first and then the cream, and it just kind of makes you look like you are glowing, just because you have healthy skin, and there's a little shine on the high cheekbones, and then that's really all you need. I really love the formula. I really do. Now I have to see how it wears all throughout the day. I will put a pinned comment down below letting you guys know how it wore throughout the day, but from what I hear, that it does last Well, the lighter colors, with the exception of Honey, all the other shades like My Love, Baby, Sugar, Daddy, those four are almost interchangeable. They're very translucent, so there's not a lot of distinction between them. So buy, like, if you're tan like me, buy, I would say, Daddy and a much lighter, like one of the Baby or the My Love, like one of the light and one of the more golden colors, right? If you really must have more than one. But I really think in this range you can just pick one shade and just stick with that. And if you have very deep skin tones, I would highly recommend Honey, which is really beautiful. It gave me like the most sun-kissed, beautiful like look, except the rest of my face hasn't caught up to it yet. You know, I haven't gone out in the sun enough yet. Maybe when I get a really good, like when I go darker, when I like go to the beach and stuff, maybe I can wear that. So that's what I'm gonna use it for, when I go a few shades darker, when I go on vacation or whatever and spend a lot of time in the sun. But other than that, you guys, like really just get one. You're fine. If you have really deep skin, get Honey and call it a day. And if you have lighter skin, get like either, you know, Baby or My Love and call it a day. If you're in the middle like me and you want to have more than one, okay, then get My Love or Baby and maybe Daddy and call it a day. Like two of them, you know what I'm saying? And if you must pick one for skin tone, my tone, I would say get Baby, because it's different. It's pink. You know, you don't often get a lot of pink highlighters. It has a slight pink hue, but it's not a very obvious one at all. It's almost interchangeable with the other lighter shades, like I said. Not a whole lot of difference. So yeah, it looks at the end of the day wet looking anyway and translucent. Yeah, I love the textures. I love the concept. I love the application methods, the two that you can use. You can use Creme on its own. Not two, actually, I have several methods. Creme on your own, which is one method. Powder on its own, which is the second one. You can put powder first and then Creme, and then put Creme on and then powder next. You can pick and choose however. If you want to really glow to the gods, you can use it just the powder. If you just want to barely look like you just did skincare, just use the Creme and don't even use the powder. If you want to look like, yeah, skincare, but with a little bit more dress up, then do Patrick Ta way, powder first, then Creme, and it gives you kind of like best of both worlds. And then if you want to look a little bit more like I have highlight and I'm full glam, then do Creme first and then powder. There you go. That's how to wear these highlighters. I really, 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 really like them. So yeah, you guys, I love them. I love them. So 100% approved. Just don't get more than one or more than maximum two. That's the advice I have for you, and they are $40 each. So that's another reason to just get one. You don't need more than one. Okay, so you guys, let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on these new highlighters by Patrick Ta. Have you gotten them already? You planning to? Let me know, chime down below. It really helps me when you comment. It really helps me with engagement. Please thumbs up this video if you liked it, and of course don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because it doesn't cost you anything and it helps me grow the channel so I can bring you bigger and better content as time goes by, when we build a bigger community. Okay, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I have a more established fragrance channel, Salon Cleo. Make sure to go on over there. If you want to smell as good as you want to look, that's the place for you. That I have over 20,000 subscribers there. Hop on over there. I just uploaded a bunch of really amazing summer fragrance content. Just uploaded a video about solo fragrances. You definitely want to know about that. I will see you guys in my next video.